Top sports where the takes don't miss. The prof with the stats, the champ with the fist. Water bringing fire, cowboy tie riding bold. Bulls calling bets, watch the stories unfold. And it's truly eyebrows running the show. It's high top sports, baby.
Let's get it. Let's go. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to an episode of High Top Sports. Happy to have you here. Happy Wednesday. In fact, the best day of the week. Halfway through, boys and girls. Halfway through. Gators basketball still rolling. Big W against LSU last night. We're going to talk about players getting sued by schools. We have the way too early top 25 that has dropped, which is, I don't even think way too early to even describes it. Like, it's obnoxiously early is what it should be. And were we going to talk about it? Absolutely, we're going to talk about it because it's fun. And the betting odds, which I think those are more fun because Vegas already has their feel on things, right? And trust me, as somebody who has lost a slew of bets over the last couple of weeks, Vegas knows. The only thing they got wrong this year was their Indiana odds. So you can do with that with what you will. But let's have ourselves a show. We're going to talk about the situation here. Obviously, recruiting. We moved on past portal world. We're into the recruiting world now. We've seen old Coach John. He's been flying around all over the place. I love seeing it. And this is, in my opinion, the one thing that, I mean, they were behind in everything, right? They had a recruiting class that they had to retain within, a week, essentially. The portal class, were they really behind? No, because John was kind of already living in that world, I'm sure, with Tulane. Now, I'm sure his conversations and who he could have conversations with changed, but you brought in coaching staff that already had built-in relationships, and I guess you could argue the same for recruiting, but in my eyes, this is the one thing that they're going to have to play a little bit of catch-up on, where a lot of teams have been talking to these kids for quite some time now. I'm sure we have guys like that as well, too, but Troutwine, for example, is able to fish in a new pond, if you will, and so they're going to have to play massive catch-up compared to a lot of schools that have been recruiting these kids for the last 2 to 3 years. And we'll see what they're able to do. We'll see how this first class or first rotation for John Summerall is. I think Napes was like top 15, I believe, when he got here. But we'll talk about that and the importance of it and my thought process on that. We got Cody the Prof here this morning. Cut him some slack. I think he finally realized that Miami lost and it's starting to set in. Okay, so take it easy on him. All right, when he joins it. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Whew, boy, I did not have this much problem when I was drinking. I could tell you that. This is some bullshit.
But he's been sick like 3 times already this year.
I'm in shambles. I tried to do the good. I'm trying to be a better Christian. Trying to watch my weight because of the fat comments. Bullying still works. Trying to. I'm not even. How am I going to run a 40 if I'm sick all the time? I've gotten 0 training in to run this 40 because I'm sneezing. I got toilet paper on my desk. Halls. I'm eating these things like crack in the 80s. Like, I mean, my goodness, I don't even know what's happening. Luckily, a little cup of coffee helps the vocal cords. I mean, I'm just in absolute shambles. But you know what? You looked at me and you said you're dead. I said, with my last dying breath, the morning show will go on.
He popped in here. I go, my God, you look like shit.
This is after a shower. After a shower. Should have saw me before.
I can only imagine. It's the keto flu. Yeah, the guy's got no carbs running through his body.
None.
He quits drinking. He goes on a wonky diet, the keto diet, which doesn't fuel his body. He's probably not doing the keto right. He's like, I don't know why I'm sick. It's like, yeah, I don't know. You're probably
all
keeping
meat.
Your body from base. Yeah. The only person that can handle that diet is,
Yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh,
All right. Good stuff.
We talked about them Gators. The unaired Gators last night. Couldn't find it on TV. Gators.
It was on ESPN.
I couldn't find it. Was said it was out of my local network on YouTube TV. I was in shambles.
Oh yeah, dude. So they I don't know if you saw the clip of Boogie running into the stands. I have
popcorn
and grabbing the popcorn.
Yeah,
grabbing grab from the fan, like he just like, here you go, and then takes a bite. Like that to me, when I saw that, I go, oh yeah, these boys are cooked. You can go ahead and book your ticket to the Final Four. Like that aura, I'm obsessed with it. Those boys are out there having fun. Like, that tells me that they're just living in the moment. To have the withal to run out to the thing, see the popcorn, grab a bite, and keep going back out there. Like, and you're up at that point, it was 44-28. You're just in flow state, brother. Like, that's what you live.
Yeah.
That's where you want to be. And I love seeing it. Some people might not like it. You're crazy if you don't. To me, I'm a huge fan of it. Huge fan. You can't do that in football. Too many games, or not enough games, and every game is pretty intense. Basketball, there's 965 games. And if you're kind of cruising, you can have a little fun. So I love where these boys are at, man. They have. I was critical early. And I'm glad I was. Bullying works there still too.
Bullying still works, yeah. And it's just fun that this team is starting to find a rhythm and starting to know. I can't remember one of them. One of them said like, "Oh yeah, we were like the most hated guards in all NCAA."
Yeah,
like
we did.
Yeah, they know what's going on, dude. They know that they're getting paid a lot of money, and the expectation is national championships, especially when you got Hauk. And I mean, my goodness, we talked about it. We talked about it yesterday about Chinyelu growing up. This guy is looking. I mean, he looks better and better every time he gets on the court, doesn't he? Last night he looked even like he took another step in the 2 days from the Vanderbilt game.
Yeah, he's playing at an elite level right now. We talked about him. I mean, the guy has made his complete 180 from last year, and he was solid last year. Ruben.
I mean, is he the best in all the SEC?
I don't think there's anyone better. Yeah, and he's gonna have to be, man. When we went through, we struggled in that first half with UConn, Duke, and Arizona. They're gonna beat us up with the bigs. And the one good thing I thought about it, because I see a rematch happening with one of those teams, but I mean, we may have to play one of them, right? That's gonna be the good thing. Is I don't think think about it. Last year we had to play. Like, I would put Arizona as this year's Houston.
Okay.
Right? And so we had to play. We played UConn last year. We played. I mean, and Auburn is maybe what Michigan is this year. I mean, Florida had to play. I mean, a gauntlet last year to get where they were. So
yeah,
I don't know how that's gonna. We'll see how it obviously shapes up. But a lot of this. My point is, those teams are gonna be spread out as they were last year. But we had a lot of the top teams on our side. I mean, I don't know what the rankings are now, but I think we're by far the best team in the SEC. When last year, obviously, Auburn kind of held that title for quite some time. So,
yeah, it's just interesting, like how we kind of thought Hauk was going to take a big jump, which he's better than last year. We thought Condon was going to take a big jump, and
Hauk's played fine. I thought Condon was going to be better.
We were saying, man, like Chinyelu, like I don't know about that guy, like he's hacking everybody, and he can't make it past the first half without getting yanked out of the game. And he was always like he would flash at spots, but we never thought he was going to be one of the best players in all the SEC coming into this thing.
I love seeing just the progress that he's made, no doubt. Swamp Life says, "Stop making excuses, Cody. I'm 49 and would smoke you. Would smoke you in a 40. $2 again."
Oh, okay. I'm not making excuses.
Wait. He says wake up.
Yeah.
He says wake up. He says get after it. Let's talk about a few different things. So Duke suing Mensa, which chaos is ensuing. We'll get into that here in just a moment, and then we'll get into the graphics of the way too early top 25s and the early betting odds for Heisman and for your national champion, which will be fun. But I wanted to talk about this because I think it's going to be important. And I don't want to be, I want to be critical a little bit on this, but I don't want to die on this hill. So Mark Matthews is a 5-star offensive tackle. And Miami led the way early on. They lead the way currently with 94% projection land among rivals currently. He's the number 2 player in the country. 6'5", 301 tackle. And this is a guy that's going to start right away. I would assume so. Florida's at second with 2%, which is not great, but it's not horrible. And he said in an article that Florida was out of it. They fell off my list a little bit. They were still there, but it wasn't anything too crazy. Now after the coaching changes, the coaches are reaching out, the GM's reaching out, and especially the head coach reaching out means a lot, and it shows that I'm in priority for them. And for me, we got to watch an entire cycle of Napier versus Cristobal, right? An entire recruiting cycle. And I mean, I can count on two hands how many offensive line battles we lost, because I don't think we won a single offensive line battle from them. Yeah, I would feel like the only one that maybe not have panned out was the Samson Okonola, the pancake kid, was the only one that we probably, I mean, I think we wouldn't mind having him, if we're being honest, in the arsenal. But for how everyone else panned out for them, they absolutely murdered it. And they've landed at the top tackle, I feel like, for the last 3 to 4 years. They got Jackson Cantwell coming in next year. Felix Ocho was a big one. He went to Texas Tech, but Cantwell was the number one player at the time they got him. And he was one of the early ones that signed for like $3 million. And I know it's expensive, but the fact that that Florida is in the mix, that has made the phone calls, I think that's massive. And look, like, this is where, in my eyes, you've got to show that you're different. And if it comes out that, oh, he's too expensive, brother, we know what the cost is. Like, you don't, if you got to ask, you can't afford, right? You can't go out to dinner. So I love that the GM's already called him, and that there seems to be a positive response. That I would assume that means we're in the ballpark. Like, I love that he said, yeah, the GM called me. The GM ain't calling him just to see how his family's doing. All right.
Yeah.
Calling him with some, he watched the show. He's calling him with the Excel sheet on how he sees him plugging in. And we've said it, this is where you have to start. And I think that the way that they attack the portal by getting more depth pieces versus, competition pieces, if you will, on the offensive line versus just certified starters and not putting the money there like we thought they would, then you're telling me out loud that we're going to trust in high recruiting plus development with Troutwine. And you don't have there's no excuse anymore outside of you not wanting to spend that money on the NIL. But again, I think they're spending it. Where they choose to spend it is going to be important. But this could be John Summerall's first big W. Again, he's behind the 8 ball, going to have to do a ton of catching up. Mario and the boys are going to have to put their all their eggs into this basket. But I would love Florida here to get after it. I think it would really set the tone in this offseason to get another big win that we can monitor this staff on if he's able to make this happen. Again, it's very early. I don't know when he's choosing to do his visits or even commit, but it's something I'm going to watch very closely.
Well, you look at Phil Troutwine's recruiting record, and it's impeccable. I mean, it's as many 5 stars as I think maybe the prior 2 regimes ever recruited. I mean, go pull it up on. I got pulled up on 247. It's absolutely loaded, man. It's incredible. I mean, look. Let me zoom in for you guys.
Yeah, go ahead, get after it.
Put the granny glasses on here. I mean, this thing is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
That many 5 stars?
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
That many 5 stars?
Yeah. 27. Wow. 27. I can't refresh. 27 5 stars is what he's brought in.
At Penn State?
Yeah.
In how many years? 6 years?
Yes.
What's that math come out to per year?
27 divided by 5. I don't have my calculator. You're never going to have a calculator just sitting around in your pocket when you get older. You got to learn how to do math. Pulling it up. 27.
Wow.
Divided by 6.
Yeah, so I mean, again, it just kind of...
You're getting 4.55 stars a year.
Yes! Okay, I think it's more than... That's no way. There's no way. Okay. He's not... Okay, maybe it's more than 6 years then. There's no way. There's no way it's over 6 years. If he's getting 4 or 5 stars a year, we're never losing a game again.
I'm just telling you what it was. It was all Penn State cats. The data don't lie.
Wow.
4 to 5 years. 4.5. That's 5 stars. That's not even the guys they developed.
For sure. Sure.
You know what? No wonder nobody else can get a 5-star. They're
Now,
all
again,
going to Penn State.
It's 7 years, and I think it's 3 to 4 a year.
Okay. How many have we gotten in the last 2 years? Or last 10 years? When's the last 5-star offensive lineman that we had?
4-star?
5-star.
Oh yeah, no, those don't exist. Yeah,
Finding
so
my
look, I didn't even look that part up when I was gonna talk about this. I just did the math. He got 14 5-stars a month. maybe math isn't our strong suit.
No, spelling and math is not our strong suit.
But still, I mean that's
You know what is our strong suit? Reliability to come on here.
I don't think we've had 27 5-stars in general. As a whole. Was that real? Was that like actually 5? Like,
it's on 247, dog.
it just seems like that just.
You need me to pull it up? I'll pull it up again.
Like I feel like I'm being punked.
Bamboozled? It's
Yeah.
not a fake site. Look. I go
And like
down
when
here.
Penn State spends money, but like now obviously keep in mind there was a part of that time where money was a factor, but not like the same.
Share screen. That's 247, 247.com. All right, that's him. Big Phil, Uncle Phil. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't think we've had 27 5-stars in a decade.
That's the rankings. Position number 6. State 1. Position number 7. Position number 1 of 1. Position number 2 of 1. 9 of 2. 12 of 3. I mean, they're all top 100. Interior offensive line.
What's the national rank?
I'd have to click on them. Let's see.
It says right there. It says national right there.
150.
Yeah, that's not a 5-star.
There's 5 stars next to his name.
Yeah, I don't think they're. If you go all the way down, I think they all have 5 stars. You got to look at the number. Because if they're over 30, they're not a 5-star. I mean, it's still really good.
For position?
Oh, does it say 98 as a prospect?
Yeah. They're all top ranked in their position. Number 1 of 1. 2 of 1.
Yeah, but if you're 150th, you're not a 5-star. They only have the top 30. Either way, I mean, it's still like that low. What's that lowest score right there? See, that's not a 5-star, Cody.
Oh.
This is not
got a little
ranked.
juiced up. Why they got 5 stars next to their name?
I don't think they're highlighted, brother. I think they're empty stars.
No.
So count everything.
Okay, so
like,
this guy's not an empty star then. No, he's a 5-star.
I don't think
As
they
a
filled any.
prospect.
I don't think they just filled them up. Yeah, I think
Maybe it's post. Oh, maybe it's post. Because all these guys are gone.
either way, he's recruited some top guys.
Yeah.
It was still impressive. Well, it wasn't 27. I was like, that just seems. If Penn State was landing as many 5-stars as the math that we just did, that's what I was trying. I can't see. It's like super blurry. And I'm like, that doesn't even make any sense. I don't even think there's even that many 5-stars to go around. Yeah, we're cooked. Cody, you got to go to bed, brother. Like what?
I was excited.
Either way, look, I think you saw a lot of guys that were in the top 150.
Yeah.
I think that is a more healthy landscape to look at, which either way, we could still argue that Florida hasn't done.
He's never done
much.
a 5-star. Damn. Oh, well.
Yeah.
We tried.
Yeah. We're cooked. We're back to being cooked. The show can't even get it right.
No.
I was like, there's no. Yeah, y'all talk about pumping sunshine. That guy
Easy.
That guy. Oh my goodness, dude.
247
go
shouldn't have
look
had a graphic
at
like that.
John's. It's the same graphic. John's landed 27 5-stars too in the last
Yeah.
5.
They shouldn't.
We're
have
getting
it like
everybody.
That. They shouldn't have it like that.
Oh. Live footage of our recruiting staff.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're cooked.
Air.
We're cooked. Either way,
Sick.
my point still stands that this is going to be an interesting battle. It's going to be a good little starter. Win or lose, I'm not gonna obviously panic over it, but there was too many times that the last regime lost, and I remember when we lost those battles, we're like, time will tell. Well, guess what? Time will tell. One played for a national championship, the other one did not. So it's time that we, if that's going to be the route, we got to get after it. So here's, I found this interesting. The way too early top 25 college football. Florida finds its way up there again, and I love it. And I think a lot of it speaks to just the talent on the football field, which is why it was highly favored last year, for being honest with one another. But let's take a look at it. We had Nyko's kicking them. Yeah. A little lesbian stripping. Yeah. Boys going through shambles. I'm glad we questioned it a little bit. Look, I was looking at it last night trying to see how I felt about it. I think 1 through 10 is solid. I mean, you can probably shuffle a few spots here and there, right?
Yeah. Not putting the reigning champs back at number 1?
Yeah, what's that? Where's that unwritten rule of like, well, they won last year? Like, any other team, they're automatically number 1. But I agree with not putting Indiana number 1, and they're losing their entire roster. So their entire starting.
How's Texas at 3?
It's the talent, bro. And the way they finished that end of the season, bro. They looked. Everyone is very, very high on them. Very high on them. No, CJ Carr is the favorite to win the Heisman, and I love that. Like, speaking of bad takes, last year when Swolder was shitting on CJ Carr. And me and Bozeman were like, the kid can sling it, and now he's your Heisman favorite headed into this year. I love it. Oregon, obviously, Texas. I think Texas Tech probably would be a little bit higher. A&M's in a good spot. I think Miami might be a bit high because we took a look at their roster. I think they're losing a lot of talent as well too. But
Michigan shocks me.
Michigan was kind of surprising. So after that, it gets weird. I got to be honest with you. BYU makes it. Penn State, they're the Iowa State Nittany Lions. Like, that's what they are. They didn't have a recruiting class come in.
Yeah.
And the only thing they did,
and everybody left.
Yeah, and they just brought over Iowa State's football team. So I don't get it. And maybe that's what they like about it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think Michigan didn't lose anything though, and they got themselves a good coach.
You know who's usually on this list that didn't make it?
Don't tell me. What conference?
It has to do Big 12.
Big 12.
Yep.
The Arizona.
Who's always on it? Oh, they're on there. Never mind. They're at 16.
Oh, Utah?
Yeah. Surprising. That surprises me after Kenny Dillingham left that they were on there. I thought maybe that's why Penn State was up there. But Utah is always in like the top.
Are you good?
20. No, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
You just said Kenny Dillingham left.
Not Kenny Dillingham. Kyle Whittingham. I'm in shambles, bro.
Oh my goodness.
I'm not even gonna look at the comments. They're gonna roast me after this. I think I got hay fever or something.
You're cooked. Alabama sliding down 17 spots. It seems a bit crazy to me. I mean, I don't feel like they lost a lot. Maybe they did. I don't know.
Who's gonna be
because he doesn't have a hat on. Yeah, he needs something, dude.
Who's gonna be a quarterback?
Yeah, I think 11 through 25 is wild. Like there isn't. You could tell me why they fit there, and you could tell me why they don't fit there.
Yeah.
I like low key like Houston and VTech up there. I don't hate that. VTech is simply being carried by James Franklin. I mean, let's be honest. Tennessee is gonna be another interesting one. We'll probably give them flack all year. They got the quarterback from Colorado, Ryan Straub, coming in, who at one point last year took the job from Caden Salter because he looked like the dude. Like Ryan Straub came in and looked like Timothy for a game, and then all of a sudden, like, forgot how to play football. And they're like, okay, never mind, we're going back to Caden Salter. So, I'm not going to give Tennessee flack because they've made quarterbacks work for the last 3 years now, and unfortunately, because college football is ruined, we won't play them this year. But I think they might got themselves a quarterback in Ryan Straub that more people want to realize. I think they got their guy, and didn't have to spend $7 million on it, which is interesting. Miami, in my opinion, too, it's way too early. So we can't be too critical because it's obnoxiously early. But I'm gonna be honest, and maybe I'm over the top here, but Miami we've talked about it, lost everybody. They've got 33 guys coming into the recruiting class, and right now they don't have a quarterback. So I know it's way too early, but no, Clemson is wild. Great point. No Clemson from the ACC. So only 2 teams from the ACC right now: Virginia Tech and Notre Dame. No FSU.
No Louisville.
No SMU. SMU was up there last year, if I'm not mistaken.
No Louisville.
No Louisville. Yeah.
That's surprising. Texas Tech at 7 kind of is head scratching to me too.
You think it should be higher?
Yeah.
Again, I think that you have to take into consideration like they're rebuilding a team every year. Like, why would you think they're higher?
I don't.
Last year they weren't even ranked, mind you.
Yeah, I don't know if you can put them at 7 because I think they're better than. I think the roster's better than Oregon's roster.
I disagree.
They've
You're
spent
going
a
off of what the
shitload of
portal's
money.
telling you.
It worked last year.
Did you just say that Notre Dame is in the ACC?
No. Don't start with me. Don't. No. Now you're.
The 2 comments said that.
What?
Did you just say that?
No.
Chat?
Probably.
Oh, I did? I did?
Yeah, I guess. I don't even know. I don't even know what we're doing.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna text
I didn't
you
even
like
realize I said it.
I'm gonna text you at like 5 p.m. and be like, sorry I missed the show this morning, and you're gonna be like, brother.
Oh, I meant Miami.
One for the ages.
I meant Miami. Yeah. I don't know why I said Notre Dame. I didn't even know I said it. That's hilarious. That's funny. We're giving you flack and I said it.
The whole show's cooked. The whole show's
This thing's in shambles. This is
I hope nobody's watching important.
Yeah. Who like guys, we're not there's not scouts watching the show. Like I don't what are we doing? Yeah, no Virginia. I wonder was there I mean, again, you could make the argument for Indiana, Miami, but yeah, Virginia just finished 16th, one win away from being in the playoffs and they're nowhere to be found. USC, that team will always be up there. It's a team that they want to be good, and we'll see how it plays out. They should be. I don't mind that one being up there. There's your you see who's at number 18 though?
Washington.
Who's the coach? Who's the coach?
Dead Fish.
Your boy.
Because they got their quarterback back because he put his
that was a
on
big
everybody's face.
That was a big factor for them, and I think again. You wonder if Duke is able to hang on to Mensa. Does that factor into them? Because I think they closed pretty strong last year too.
That seems like a different ordeal too, from what I've read.
I don't think it's not. We're gonna get into it. It's not different. It's hitting a different sector, and we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah. Look, I think and Reform Salt's making a good point here. No, I think Kentucky will be good. So I got a buddy. He's a Mizzou and a Kentucky fan because he went to both schools. He went to Kentucky, and then I think he went to Mizzou for law. So he went to Mizzou after, so he's a bigger Mizzou fan.
He chose.
And I told him, sorry,
he chose to go to Mizzou
for law. Yeah, his dad went to Clemson, so he completely went against the grain of where to go to school at, right? So, because dad and his mom both went to Clemson. His dad swam for Clemson, won championships at Clemson. This guy went to Kentucky and Mizzou. So
cheap. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great family. He works with his dad. But anyways, so I told him, I was like, Stein's gonna get the boys cooking in Kentucky. They're gonna be better than Mizzou next year. You're gonna be wearing more blue than yellow next year. He goes, no. I go, watch. And I think that Kentucky, they're not gonna be they could be probably what SMU has been for the last 2 years in the SEC.
Yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Texas Tech, but I was more so meaning like I think they'll be in the top 25 pretty quickly. But I think SMU is a better gauge of what you can expect. Kind of like a Louisville. I think they'll be like what Louisville's been in their first year. They spent some money in the right places, and we'll see. It's going to be interesting too because Oregon lost a lot of coaching staffs. They lost both their coordinators. Stein stole some guys. Stein could be what Ben Johnson was to the Bears, to Kentucky, but also to what Ben Johnson was to the Lions. Like that could happen. Oregon could Detroit Lion this thing next year. No kidding. Like they are running that blueprint right now of that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Now, college I know is a little bit different, but it's going to be a big question mark on where they go.
Yeah, and that's interesting too because I think they hired both coordinators in house, so that doesn't always work. That could be in for some issues down the road there for Oregon.
Oh, Q says Kentucky ain't going to be shit.
Okay.
$5. Cody over here messing up production. I'm in my Vince McMahon voice. Cody, you're fired. Yeah, Cody. Bro, Cody, I mean, you got to think about, too, the energy, right, guys? He hops on here. This is what I'm looking at first thing in the morning. Look, this is what hits me first thing in the morning. His forehead was much more red beforehand. There's no didn't even brush a hair. No hat.
Nope.
The tribal tattoos showing.
Yeah.
I mean,
just trailer.
This is what I got. This is what I got to work with. You know,
trailer trash at its biggest. Yeah.
Tough sledding for the boys in the morning. The morning show will catch up to you, man. This is a different beast that I don't think we were prepared for. And now we
give me a bagel and a glass of OJ.
We've created an animal. Like I don't think anybody ever watches this show. We've got our like 400 of 600 degenerates that just enjoy this for whatever reason that we can't let down anymore. You know what I mean?
I've slept like 40 hours of the last 48. It's not sleep. I'm sick.
Cody doesn't know what the sun is. Cody came down here. What was it in April and had pants on? I was like, what are you doing, Cody? It's Florida. And he's like, I'll burn.
Yeah.
I'll burn. So
we don't have the sun here this time of year.
I don't think I have the sun at all. I don't think you know what it is.
I think you get scurvy or something. I do wear SPF 100. Yeah.
Here are your way too early. This one's a little bit better, right? So this goes against what we just saw. Here are your early favorite national champions. So Ohio State, which they do have number 1. They have Texas 3, so Texas should be 2 based off this. Notre Dame at number 3. They had Notre Dame at 4 or 5. Oregon at 4. They had we were talking how far Oregon was. Indiana at plus 800. Hell of a jump for them. And look, Miami plus 2,000. Now, winning the national championship's obviously a little bit different, but they don't feel as confident. Uh-oh. That was a quick little scurry there. Hopefully he's all right. Yeah, so we got Miami at plus 2,000. Again, I don't feel like they think Miami is going to be as good. But Florida, interesting enough, you ready for this, boys and girls? Florida's ranking or favorite is plus 4,000, which is the 17th best odds to win the national championship. I don't know if that's like how we want to view that. I don't know where Florida was the beginning of last year, but 17 teams more likely to win. And when we take a look at this chart, I mean, is that a good thing or a bad thing? I mean, let's see who we think the 17 teams are. Obviously, your top 10 obviously fit in. I would say, I don't think Penn State has a better chance, but we can leave it at that. I don't know what their odds are. Yeah, I could see 17 teams at this moment with the unknown that we have. You good, bud?
In there? Yeah, I had to let the dog out.
Yeah, no G5 in the top 25 either. Well, they know they'll have to force that in after the fact.
Isn't usually Tulane or somebody usually in there every year? There's always one, right?
I feel like they usually sneak one in there. Yeah, like JMU, I want to say was in there last year. So maybe they're not feeling the G5 thing going into next year. USF, I think, was up there. Or no, USF was not up there.
No, they came on late and strong.
Yeah.
Memphis made it last year.
Yeah. Surprisingly, not to see any of them already. And Aaron Philo has plus 5,500 to win the Heisman right now too. So those are all of your way too early odd predictions heading into. I love these graphics. They're fun to talk about. College football never sleeps. The season literally ended 24 to 48 hours ago, and we're already moving on to okay, who's going to win the next one? We're ready to move on. It's what have you done for me lately?
I'm ready for the spring game. Is it spring game time yet?
I wonder if there's going to be any kind of debacle for that this year too. Remember that was a big thing last year about coaches not doing it. But We obviously Florida did it, but didn't air it on TV. Like, is that going to be a thing this year that we run into once again? Because maybe not.
Because there's no spring transfer portal anymore.
Yeah. Good point.
They might air it. They should have. They put 98% of the big clips on YouTube or non-YouTube on X anyway. It was kind of dumb for them not to air it.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense. I mean, none of it made sense last year. I think it was all just a.
I think no teams go back to it.
I think what it was just a propaganda to get it to where we're at, right? Like, hey, we have force the hand of getting rid of that second portal window.
Do we remember the teams that didn't have a spring game last year that we were questioning?
Texas didn't. I don't think. Oh, I don't think
they
Oklahoma,
came out terrible. They came out from the gate terrible.
Did.
They came out the gate terrible.
Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma came out rolling last year. They were in the playoffs. They only lost 2 games. I don't remember too many games being on TV last year, for being honest with you. It's a weekend air. It's going to be on Saturday, April 11th. And we're working on getting
LSU didn't have one?
I don't remember. I think it's easier to count of who did have one than who didn't have one.
Nebraska didn't have one. Look how that turned out.
Yeah, Nebraska was a big one. I remember because they were kind of the first trendsetters to start all of it.
Yeah.
And what's funny is, I mean, they lost their quarterback anyways.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a huge factor, getting rid of that portal. In a weird way, like, even though it wasn't a splashy one, it was a stinky one where it was like a, and now all the stinky and sloppiness is happening now with players being sued. But
I could see spring add-ons still happening though, if you have a guy go down.
Yeah, 100. Well, yeah, because you could, if you're still in the portal, no question.
Yeah,
no question. Yeah. I think guys will. You can always be picked up. It's whether or not you can get entered. It's going to be your factor. Yeah. You guys like the odds? Fans of the odds? I saw the Heisman odds too. Your top 3 were C.J. Carr, Jeremiah Smith, and Julian Sand. That was your 1, 2, 3. And Sam Levitt was like plus 1,500, I think, for LSU. He was kind of far down the list. So those were kind of the big names that I saw. I saw it this morning, I think, when I was rolling up in here. Let's talk about this. This is an interesting one because this is going to really, it's going to affect 2 things. One, I think it really is going to determine the success of Miami season, which we can kind of get into as a separate conversation. But you were just talking about how this is, it's different than the Damon Williams situation at Washington, but it's not, because it's different, but how it started is not different. So I read that Mensah signed a contract. And this speaks to what we were kind of alluding to. We saw this happening. Guys signed multi-year contracts. So he signed a multi-year contract in July of 2025 that saw through to the end of 2026. And obviously, the only way that he would be able to get out of it is if he were to go to the NFL draft, because that was the only conversation that was up there. And we've said that we've got to sign multi-years. I said it feels like just the way that things are moving that I don't think we'll see a lot of big names like we think go into the portal, because I think they're already locked up. And so he signed a contract basically through the rest of his collegiate career. All right. And here's why that's important. Okay. There's 2 parts to this. Well, why would Duke do that? And why would Mensah do that? Like anybody else, go watch any GM in the NFL. When you feel like you got yourself a gold little nugget, you get a contract done before their free agency year. That way, you're not having to get into negotiation battles, and both parties feel like they got a deal, right? Mensah felt like, I don't know how I'm going to play here at Duke. I was at Tulane. I'm getting paid pretty good money for the next 2 years, regardless of how I perform now. I'm set. I'm good to go. And Duke's like, I think you're going to be pretty good. I think you're going to do what it takes. I'm cool with paying you this money. And so both parties are like, yeah, I'm cool with it. Mensah has a good year, has a healthy year at Duke, wins the AC championship. I mean, only won 8 games. I don't think he knocked anybody's heads off. But all of a sudden, the quarterback room starts to get a little bit dicey. And Miami's like, oh, shit, our blueprint of buying all the quarterbacks is, and I've said this. And when you start having multiple teams play in this world of paying top dudes, it's going to start getting thin. And then all of a sudden, that blueprint's not going to look as pretty. Indiana going after old dudes. Other schools are going to go after old dudes. When that happens, that old dude market's going to get thin. And when you start going after just, hey, I'm just going to buy my quarterback every year, people are going to see that. And then when you realize, well, there's only like 4 or 5 that can actually make a difference, that quarterback market's going to get thin. And then it's going to resort back to, well, we got to get back to developing because I can't rely on 5 or 6 dudes choosing me. And so now Miami's over here, tampering like a son of a gun. I don't even know, this is beyond tampering at this point, and trying to get Mensah, who entered into the portal, and then his lawyer, Darren Heitner, who has been the face of every college football debacle. Jaden Rashada, Damon Williams. I'm sure there's more.
He should be banned. He should be banned from all representing all college football.
Well, here's the thing. It's not the schools are like. I think he was.
How do you have a lawyer? How do you have a lawyer that's on Miami staff too?
It's very, very weird. The whole thing is very strange. Like, why would anybody? He's representing these guys, and he stepped into Damon Williams because his agency was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing this. I don't want to be involved with this." So the difference between Mensah and Damon is Damon enters into the portal or tries to. Washington's like, "The hell you are," and they have conversations offline. Nothing comes of it, and he goes, "Okay, my bad, I'm returning." So I don't know if they basically settled it outside of court. Essentially, this makes it to court. Duke and Mensah are in court, and basically the judge was like, "Hey, you can go in the portal," but he's still contractually bound to Duke. So I don't know.
How's that work?
I don't know. I again, it's still, in my opinion, in a very weird scenario, but it's got to move quickly. But I guess, like you just said, that technically they could still enter in. He would just miss this cycle. He would miss all of spring training, essentially. Or not spring, but I guess, yeah, he would miss the spring ball, and he would enter in for summer ball.
If he's not released from his contract, wouldn't he technically have to sit out a year?
And I think that's what they're trying to figure out. You sign a contract. So why this is huge is because, again, once the sport is once again being challenged. Its hands being forced. And if this kid does this
by the same lawyer,
if this kid does what I think is going to happen, or what they're trying to make happen, he's going to miss the ability to enroll this cycle. So he's going to have to wait for the summer cycle. If that's the case, then there is no transfer portal anymore. The portal doesn't, in my eyes, doesn't exist because you're not following within the rules of the transfer portal. And I think that's why they granted him. But I kind of disagree, but I think that's why they granted him the ability to enter in the transfer portal when he did. For if they are able to, because if he's not in the portal's closed. Legally, he can't enter into it anymore. Doesn't matter if legally they get him out of the contract. He's bounded by the transfer portal now, which I'm sure there's a loophole there too.
Well, then it doesn't really, the transfer portal doesn't matter because they can sign these guys whenever.
Well, that was what I was alluding. That was what I'm getting at. Yeah, I think that they're granting that ability.
Who's to say if your quarterback goes down, you don't just go find a guy, pay him, and he comes in the fall and signs up for fall semesters?
Well, I think that's so the portal. That's what I'm saying. I think that's why they granted him the portal access. If they didn't do that, that's what I'm saying. They didn't do that, and then he allowed him to remove him from the contract and sign in June. Then you have a major issue because now you have completely just disregarded the fact that, hey, the portal's not even open. You can't do that. So they granted him portal access. So technically he's in it, right? But he still signed with Duke. But legally wise, he played that part of it. And I think that's why they gave him access. So the judge can go, well, we're not going to, because if they don't allow him to have portal access and be in the portal, then legally what we're saying is then you can't even have a case. So that allows for them to at least overlook the contract is my thought process on it. Through my discovery, that's what I found.
Yeah. Isn't it sad? Isn't it sad this is what we're coming to? And isn't it sad it seems like the same school's doing this over and over and over again?
Yeah. I mean, look, they're not going to get in trouble for it. Why not?
Yeah, I guess, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. This is my thing about the whole situation. Like, after you drag this out in court and everything, how are you supposed to go back to your team if they do say that you're not going?
Look, I think there was one thing that Lane said right during his entire process of
This
you know
this keeps getting messier and messier though.
yeah, but I think that every kid kind of in a weird way gets it. Again, I think that we as fans, the way that we view this and the way that we, in the same breath, let's look at it from a fan perspective. If you're a Duke fan, if Minton decides to return, no, you're taking it back. Just like
I'm taking it back. I'm taking it back. I'm hot about the whole situation though.
Yeah, but like again, it's just as fans, like we're gonna hate him if he leaves and call him a piece of crap, and we're gonna love him if he stays. That's just the way that we are, and I think that falls into the same category of the coaching cycle. The thing is, like right now, he's not working out with Duke. The guy's just taking off an entire semester.
Whatever. I hope there's some unknown quarterback that takes a spot. I really do. I hope he's forced to come back. One of these guys, I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time. One of these guys is going to be riding the pine for a year.
So here's Duke. Duke can do it to Tulane to get the kid, but since it's Miami, you can't make him stay. Let the kid go. He doesn't want to be there. That's not the same situation at all.
No.
So he didn't sign with Tulane. He entered in the portal at Tulane. Yes, Duke came in and we're like, hey, we're going to pay you this, and then he entered into the portal. It's not the same scenario because he signed a contract to stay with Duke. Miami got desperate and went and offered him more money, which again is still the same thing what any other school is doing. The problem is that he's now bounded by a contract. That's the only difference here. The tampering thing is whatever. I'm not. Everyone's doing it. We're doing it. Like that's fine, but there's a factor of like if you want to sign contract again. Here's the thing, guys. We're talking about Jaden Ball, Jaden Woods, and how great John did keeping those guys. If this thing goes the way that the portal probably protects it now, but if that's the case, what you're saying is that anybody could come in right now and scoop up Jaden Ball. That all the work that you just did was for absolutely nothing, and basically you were on ice until kickoff in August, and even then, who the hell knows? I don't even know anymore. That's the problem. It's not the same thing.
Well, and it's always the same fan bases that cry with the same thing. If he doesn't want to be there, Miami has ran the template of this. They started this with Lucas last year with the Wisconsin guy. They've kind of been the team to circle when it comes to living life on the edge. It's gonna bite them in the ass eventually. Okay, I believe that all things come around, and I just can't wait till they're 5-star, superstar, whatever. Malachi Toney decides to get paid by Texas or Texas Tech, and he leaves.
That'll be interesting.
They cry the blues. Oh, he signed a contract. He's supposed to be here.
I can sign a contract doesn't mean I have to honor it. This is the type of world. No, that's not the type of world that
that's
we live
not
in.
that you obviously have never. You've obviously never had a good enough job where you signed a no compete. I can tell you that.
There is so for my job we have no competes. We were talking about the other day because with the tax world. And if you go to another job and are doing the exact same thing, one phone call, the company will hire you. We go, hey, we have a no compete. That company goes, oh shit, my bad, gone in 3 seconds. So there's consequences. That's not the case at all. And again, the difference between when Minton did it last year is that we didn't have the rev share. So the rev share is what's changing all this because before we had the NIL, which the problem how they could back out of the NIL is the NIL wasn't buttoned up properly. Now you're essentially an employee of the conference because the conference is paying you with rev share money. It's completely different. I know it's supposed to be the real world, but they're still like it's not though. Like it's its own real world, I guess. I had one more thing that I wanted to. Oh, your quarterback, your guy that you've been beating the freaking drum on, gone.
Who?
You? That's why I texted it to you, but you didn't respond.
I didn't see it.
From Miami.
Oh, Darren Coleman's gone?
Oh, is Coleman your guy?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it wasn't Coleman.
That's Emory Williams. Yeah, he was supposed to be their quarterback this year, but they don't believe in him. If I was Darren Coleman, I'd be gone too. I'd go find somewhere that develops quarterbacks because you're not ever going to play. When's the last recruited quarterback that they've played? That they recruited?
Well, before Cam, right?
No, I think they've always had transfer portal quarterbacks.
Well, that's not always.
The entire time that Mario's been there.
No, they had what's his face. I can't. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. You see, Fernando's little brother son is going to Georgia Tech.
Yes, I did see that.
Could be an interesting one there.
Interesting.
And the other one, Miami lost a defensive lineman too. That
They had DJU before that.
No, DJU went to.
No,
FSU.
he went to FSU, not DJU. Who they had before that? I can look. Miami starting quarterbacks.
They had issues with that, if I'm not mistaken. Artavius Jones, defensive lineman freshman for Miami, he entered into the portal. So not only did they lose, and I'm pretty sure he was a top recruit. Yeah, he was a high 4-star coming out last year, 2 years ago. So there, and again, we talked about this. This is where could Florida be in the mix here? These defensive linemen, something to keep an eye on.
I don't think they've had one the entire time Mario's been there. A roster guy, a recruited guy, a homegrown guy. They haven't.
Yeah, King. I thought they had one guy. It doesn't matter either way. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. So, did Georgia Tech upgrade their on quarterback? I don't know. Is
no, that guy's even more unknown than Philo.
Yeah, he came in for a little bit, but I don't know who the kid is outside of being Fernando's little brother. Van Dyke. That's what I thought. Yeah, Van Dyke was a Miami commit. But I don't know if he was even a Mario commit.
I think he was a transfer quarterback too. I think he transferred like 10 times.
He did after the fact. He went to Wisconsin, but I'm pretty sure he was a.
Let's see his timeline here.
I got it pulled up. Yeah, he signed with Miami in 2019.
Tyler Van Dyke, that was the last one.
Yeah, and but again, that wasn't
2020.
That was before Mario.
Yeah.
So he wasn't Mario's quarterback. So it still kind of stays true.
Yeah. 2020.
He transferred to Wisconsin.
Yeah, he transferred to Wisconsin.
Well, good morning, show, Cody. Get some sleep, bud. All right, feel better.
How much sleep are you allowed to have?
When you're sick, bro, you gotta just sleep that thing out, dude.
Sleep it out.
That's what I've kind of learned in my old age, dude. Like that whole idea of just trying to fight it, like power. Nah, dog. You gotta. The sooner you get to sleep, the better. Like it might be just a whole day of sleeping, but if not, you're gonna drag it out for like 3 or 4 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah.
We can't have any more debacles on the morning show for sure.
Yeah, this one was a rough one. We had some rough patches for sure there.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's been a tough sled since Miami lost for you. It's hitting you hard. Is the big thing.
That I can't even believe that you would even say something like that. Just actually, I can. Nope, no beer.
Look at this. Look at all onions in the sock, Cody. You're getting everyone's chipping in. Sleep and sweat it out. The visor for sure. Yeah, we can't go with that hairline again. I think that was part of it. Water, tea, honey, chicken noodle soup, and sleep. You know what I mean?
No noodles, just chicken and broth. No carbs. Carb free.
That's what you need. That's your problem. Your body is starving for a carb.
I don't think that's how that works.
Okay. Well, you're sick and I'm not. So.
Oh shit! I left the dog outside. Hold on.
$2. Can we do O'Doul's review just to hear the song? That's reasonable. What did I do? I don't know. Does the onion in the sock work? I keep saying I'm going to try it, never do it. I've never even. Yeah, he does need carbs. Yeah, his body is starving. Starving. Yeah, you need a carb, brother. Carbs are good. That's like a keto diet isn't
They're not good.
I mean, they are good. You need them. It just the problem was the quantity and the amount of carbs you were doing. Yeah, like carbs are okay. You need carbs. Like it's a little. You need carbohydrates. That's why you're sick, bro.
Get that man a potato chip.
Yeah, telling you.
I'm still holding strong. I even made the kids biscuits this morning. Still haven't had one. I haven't had a beer.
Yeah. How are they? Are they sick?
No.
Weird.
It is weird.
Yeah.
It's odd.
Now we're gonna argue about diets. I don't think carnivore is the best diet. I disagree. I think it's a good way to go. It's not a.
She got into the trash. Yeah, dude. She's the worst. The dog is. Graceland's the worst. She's such a pain in the ass. I get to go clean up trash after this.
Keto Cody needs the carbs. Yeah.
I'll have plenty of carbs when during the spring game.
Gator Donkey's doubling down. No, not necessarily nutrition. Keep going, Cody. Cody's gonna be in his on his deathbed. Don't fold to the carbs though, Cody.
It's called the keto flu. Is that real?
Which song, Christine?
We got a whole album now.
Let's Google.
We got Cross the Pond.
Is keto flu a thing? There you go. Yes, it's a common thing, especially in the first 3 to 10 days after starting a keto or very low carb diet. It's a non-virus that your body reacts to a sudden drop in carbs and insulin as you shift from burning glucose to burning fat and ketones. When carbs drop, insulin levels fall, your kidney dumps water and electrolytes, you get dehydrated and mineral depleted.
I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, no shit.
Little keto flu. Boy, who knew?
So how it can be fixed within 24 to 72 hours, increase your sodium. So put some salt, broth, bouillon, salted water. Stay hydrated. You're not drinking any water. I know it. And you're going to go, I have been. No, you haven't.
I'm drinking a gallon of water a day.
Yeah, but when you're dehydrated, you got to over drink it. You got to go go get one of those IV drinks, bro. Those things are so I can drink like 2 of those. Like you got to go. You need electrolytes. You need some salt in your body. Look, guys, we're a doctor here. Okay,
we do have a doctor on staff.
Get potassium, some avocado, spinach, add magnesium. It lasts 2 to 7 days.
Jeremy, your doctor is carnivore safe? Or am I dying? The no drinking too got me in a tizzy too.
No, there's carbs in that, so that was probably bananas. Bananas always work. Yeah, I think it's a scam. Yeah, I think it's stupid. just count your calories, bro. Just count your calories and do your steps.
Might be a little bro science to it. I will say this though. I don't have the joint pain that I have. I was having some severe joint pain and inflammation that I knew was due to
brother. Okay, so when I'm saying carbs, I'm not saying eat a pound of French fries. Okay, that's not what I'm. There's a sweet spot. All right.
Yeah.
And if you stay within your calorie intake and your protein, you're not going to be just eating bread. So you're still going to get the meats that you need, but also not die.
Oh. Has anybody died from the keto flu?
Jeremy says yes, it's safe, and you are dying.
It is safe, and I am dying. Okay.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's obviously people do it. I mean, it's not. It's a.
I do feel lighter. I feel like I got a little extra pep in my step.
Yeah, because you lost all your water weight and you have no carbs. I mean, and you're dying.
I think the jawline.
Yeah, oatmeal's a great one. Yeah, oatmeal slaps. Cottage cheese slaps. Yeah.
I do still do fruit.
Veggies.
I'm not 100% carnivore.
Sweet potatoes.
I still do a little fruit. I don't do 100%. I just try to keep my sugar natural. No unnatural sugar.
Oh, look, Gator Donkey says, good info, Jeremy. Keto is the healthiest way to eat. It's the proper human diet.
Hey, what if we turn this show into?
Oatmeal will kill you. Look, I love it.
We haven't done a bullion check yet. 94.47. Silver's at 94.47. You can't buy it right now though. You can't buy it. You can't buy it unless you know where to get it.
We're all dying. Yeah, we all are dying. Figure it out, Cody. Go get some water. The battle of keto versus non-keto will continue tomorrow. Okay.
All right. I bet I feel better tomorrow already.
Look, I think keto is fine in doses. I just don't think that you can full send it. And obviously,
you're gonna argue with High Top Dave there?
No, I look. You can use it. I just don't think that it's a diet, but it's not a lifestyle. The problem is that people do the keto, and then they go back to just doing normal. Calorie deficiency is more maintainable. I told you this, and it just changes you just make it your life, and then you'll be more healthy long term. You've done this before, and then what's gonna happen is you're gonna get bored and depressed because you're like, this is a miserable way to live. Nobody wants to eat this way, and then you're gonna crash out and go eat like 9 Pringles and potato skins.
Well,
right?
I was doing good until I went on vacation, and then had pizza at your place, and then it kind of spiraled after that. But it happens.
I think keto's overrated, but
okay. The doc says. So why am I dying?
I look better than you.
Well, you're 5 years younger than me. I hope so.
Well, I'm just saying I haven't been sick at all.
Well, you're sick all the time.
I haven't been sick since I changed my diet.
Well, let me get through this little cold / keto flu. And
fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, we missed some super chats. Chat, y'all need to step up, hit the X and get out of the chat for 2 seconds and smash the like, then go back to trolling. Pete is new member, my man. Welcome, $2. Can we get? We already read that. We read that. And then Cody, the keto flu is 24 to 48 hours. Then you're fine. I lost 80 pounds and kept it off. Calorie deficient is good strategy after keto / carnivore. That's what I did. So again, I think it's kind of Kyle Wright found a good happy medium. It's okay to do the keto if you want to do it for a little bit. It's not I don't think you should live on keto personally.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not an expert anyway, so do whatever you want to do. You're the one that's dying, so I'm and you're gonna get cooked.
What do you mean I'm gonna get cooked?
In the 40. What's
by
untrue?
who?
Me.
By the time?
Me.
Well, yeah, I would hope that you would. I hope that you're faster than me. Sub 6 seconds. I'm happy. Silver is up. Silver's up to 94.
I don't know what is untrue. I don't know why I said it was untrue. I said so much.
Martha song.
If we're talking about me saying Notre Dame's an ACC, that part was untrue.
I could go on a liquid diet with alcohol.
I love how all of a sudden we're all experts in the food world.
Yeah.
And we're all overweight and out of shape, outside of maybe like Swolder.
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
Swolder puts all the extra work in just to have cocktails on the weekend, though.
100%.
That's I got to give Swolder this. Like, doing it the right way, right? He's puts in all that work all week long. Great figure, great shape. It's not his fault. He's sawed off and balding, okay? But great. Puts in all that work and then just gets plastered on the weekend. Monday, he wakes up and he's like, ooh, got to go to the gym and sweat all this shit out. Like, that's the way to live life, bud. Swolder's got it dialed. I need to just move to Georgia and live with Swolder, and then he just keep me on a regiment. Because my thing is, if I drink, I'm on the wagon. I'm off the wagon. I can be on the wagon. Like, it surprises people that I haven't drank. Like, I can get on the wagon. The wagon doesn't bother me, but it's hopping on and off.
Yeah, I was getting sick for a while. Cody was giving me flack for it, and I don't know what was going on, but part of it was I just wasn't taking care of myself, wasn't sleeping properly. Wasn't hydrating. I was bad about hydrating. Bad. I didn't drink enough water. And I'm doing all these shows and all these things, so I've had to make some adjustments. But I've been good. I've been on a burner lately. For as much, I don't think I was sick the entire football season. Maybe but once. And it was like a day and a half.
Yeah.
But the last time you were sick, I think you were doing the keto thing.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't get sick often. That's why I always made fun of you. Well, and I think because when you drink fucking vodka or beer every morning, I think there's nothing that can live in your system.
Yeah.
Golly.
You're killing everything for sure. No doubt.
Hey there, y'all.
Good show.
This is Cody. Sitting here with Miss Martha and her sweet sister on the line, and a cold one in
Yeah,
my
the
hand.
newborn will get you.
Chat room done dragged her into this
Yeah.
mess. It's Martha Mondays, baby.
Yo, it's Cody from High Top.
It's a devil dog.
Orange and blue in my vein.
Appreciate it.
Got Miss Martha on the porch, twin sister on the phone, ringing again. 70 years young, but she still throw the horns up.
Is there carb-free beer out
Sipping
there?
crap while the Gators run the school up. Sweet tea and cold brew, orange and blue. Martha and Cody, what we gonna do? Crack a can, rated 1 to 10.
That's facts.
On the porch, Martha Mondays again. This IPA tastes
Y'all be
like
good.
a
We'll see you tomorrow for the
Longmore
call-in show,
dream,
baby.
but
Be
I give
good.
it 8.5 'cause it's hoppy
Love you
like
guys.
a teen. My twin sister just
Peace and love,
called,
baby.
said,
Feel better,
"Martha,
Cody."
don't you cuss?" I said, "Honey, I'm on the
Sorry for the
radio.
blender, guys. At least I showed up. Showed up. Just trying to get back